I start to drive him off with such movements. Pay attention to what we get in the end. After the pasta has boiled, we now knead it again. Be very careful. The main thing is not to burn yourself. Look at the cool pocket we get. The second spoonful not only meat, raw sausage, but also the eggplant itself. Actually, it's a topic. I'm answering. Friends, I greet you and greet you, especially those who love ground varieties, in particular eggplants. And as you understood from the title of the video, today we are cooking stuffed eggplant. We put a like, check the subscription, and let's go. First, I want to prepare the eggplants. I armed myself with a peeler and what am I doing? I take the fruit itself and accurately, with such movements, I start to peel it off. That is, we had an option to do it differently. Cut it into halves, bake, and then stuff it from the top. But I will go further. With similar blows, I achieve that everything remains unchanged on top, but it's soft inside. Look, the apricot seems absolutely unchanged, but look how soft it is inside. We do the same with the remaining assemblies. A small and sharp knife will help us make cuts. That is, we make such cuts with movements. Slightly open it. It's clearly visible, right? That's it. And we remove it against the grain. We do the same with the rest. We cut, slightly open, in this way and send it against the grain. Pay attention to what pocket, how much stuffing will fit in here. I preheated the oven to 180 degrees remove for 15-20 minutes to let them soften. And while our eggplants are burning, let's prepare the vegetables. To make the filling, I take an onion and chop it very finely. Speaking of chopping vegetables without cutting your fingers, we filmed one of our first videos about it. Follow the link and get acquainted. It's very important for your health. Pay attention, this is the size of the cube I want to see in the end. We're reloading the onion onto a separate tray. By the way, while I'm dealing with the onion, write in the comments what you've managed to prepare from the eggplants. What's your favorite dish? I'm very interested to know. You can chop the carrots at your discretion or grate them, but I like all the ingredients in the dish to be the same. That is, cut the same way. I also prepare a small cube. First, we make slices, then we cut into strips, and after the strips, we get a cube. Pay attention to what we end up with. It's roughly the same as with the onion. The carrot is also ready to go on the plate with the onion, and we are ready, in principle, to fry. But first, I'll prepare some garlic. Garlic could be either crushed in a garlic press or grated. But I like when there are some fractions, so also finely, like this we will chop. I have 300 grams of meat, and for this amount I took 4 small cloves of garlic. I'm turning on the maximum heating of the skillet for now. I add a little vegetable oil, a couple of tablespoons, no more. We wait until it heats up, and then we start frying. First, we have onions and carrots going in. We fry them until they are brightly golden. Our task is to make the onions and carrots not only look beautiful, but also be soft. To make it easy and tasty for us to eat, pay attention to the vegetables gaining color, and we are ready to add the next ingredients, in particular 300 grams of homemade minced meat. Homemade not in the sense that we made it at home, but the composition is 50-50 pork and beef. We slightly fry it until the meat has lost its color. I move it slightly to the side, and at the same time I add 2 tablespoons of tomato paste directly to the clean spot on the frying pan. We need to slightly heat it up so that the paste opens up. After the paste has heated up, we start to mix everything. It's time to reduce the heat to about 2 out of 10. The next ingredient is sliced garlic. We add it to the meat and also heat it up. Then we need to flavor this with black pepper, ground. Here to taste, there are no clear proportions. That's how I like it, that's how it was. Sharp island of pork, that's it. Since we added tomato paste and it has its own acidity, we need to balance it with a bit of sugar, approximately a teaspoon, and salt. I think a teaspoon will be enough for us too. So now we mix it up again, very carefully. The main thing is not to splash. The final ingredient in this sauce is water. about 100 milliliters. Let all this simmer and exchange flavors, and it will become softer. Meanwhile, I'll deal with the greens. I have a good bunch of parsley in my hands. I'm going to chop it up with these stems because they have the most juice and flavor. We chop the parsley very finely because in addition to the taste, I don't want these hard stems to hit the teeth when eating. From the dish, we also want to get some additional aesthetics. I want to draw your attention to the fact that the liquid has almost evaporated. The parsley goes to the meat and vegetables, we stir and let it rest. Cheese. This is something we haven't prepared with you yet. I quickly grate 150 grams. I have a regular Russian cheese in my hands, which melts well on a large grater, so I grate it. It takes me literally a few seconds. And we are ready to stuff the eggplants. Dad, we get a very soft eggplant in the end. It is especially, this is generally, oh, what a juicy, Mom, dear, everything needs to be stuffed more quickly. Look, what a cool pocket we get, that's all. We take the meat, a spoon, and start sending all the contents there. 1, 2, 3, the spoon has already gone. Do you see? Pay attention. Such a still life is not to be told in a fairy tale, not to be described with a pen. We do the same with the rest, spread it out like this, and do everything the same as with the first eggplant. I distributed the leftovers that we had left in the skillet in such a way that I didn't have a drop or a crumb of what I was sorry to throw away, so we distribute. And the next ingredient is cheese. Like this, well, good. We send it up so that it melts, spreads, stretches, and we also send it to simmer in the oven. Here I think that 10 minutes, a maximum of 15 at 180 degrees will be more than enough for us. The eggplant is ready, the filling is ready, we need the cheese to melt and brown. Well, pay attention, we have so many burnt examples, and we are far from done. I want to draw your attention to the fact that we are using ourselves, parchment, and it saves us a lot from what we are. After preparing another drive, these opponents are pressing on us. Of course, I'm loading everything onto the plate, getting ready to serve. And we will try. Our eggplants have become very tender, soft, accurate, and we are going to decorate. I will be with the colors of parsley, just throw it like this, look, what a beauty. I rather can't wait to try this. I cut not only the meat, raw sausage, but also the eggplant itself is very important to me, so that all this harmonizes with the peel in this way. By the way, some manage to even clean the peel from the eggplant. Here everyone does as they like, and I rather move it in my mouth. Indeed, the taste turned out to be very rich due to the fact that we added tomato paste after some irreplaceable. But what I want to note, I would have salted the eggplant myself before it went to bake, separately. For those who doubted, look, the skin just flies off in delight, we remove it to the side and it does not interfere, and I take the next batch. I want to note this raw roll, while we were serving, it became a little firm, but it holds the meat filling well, and it does not spill out anywhere. This is also a definite plus. Well, before I deal with this eggplant, I have to say goodbye to you. I thank you for watching and be sure to like this video, share it with your friends, and don't be afraid to experiment for now.